the span of seconds, we've gone from rumors to reality. This is a satellite view of the Thai-Cambodian border. You can see the red dot right here that's just flashing, and I am going to use a glitch effect to zoom in, so you can actually see the land dispute that was settled 60 years ago by the UN, yet is still a massive point of contention today. Welcome back, everyone. Voiceover guy here. And for all of you who've been asking, I hope you're doing well. Back to the breaking news. As we come to you at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Friday, August 11, 2023. And yeah, that's right, I didn't get much sleep last night, but I know a lot of you out there are up, too. But let's go right back to the footage. This is not a game. And this is not a drill. Right now, the Kingdom of Thailand is moving into the Democratic Kingdom of Cambodia. They've sent hundreds of Special Forces troops. They've deployed dozens of armored vehicles, howitzers, and other light weapons. And there's reports that they've taken several border posts, including Cam, Yem, and the surrounding areas. Not only that, but we've got some first-hand accounts from people on the ground. We're going to go through 4 sections in today's report, starting with the invasion itself, then moving to Asean's response, which is nothing short of shocking. Then we'll go to our theory on why China is supporting Thailand in this move, and finally, our sources that tell us how this could potentially trigger Israel's war with Iran. That's right, this isn't just about Thailand and Cambodia, it's about power, it's about alliances. And it may just be the opening shot in the biggest global conflict since World War II. So buckle up because you don't want to miss this. But before we get started, please make sure you take 3 seconds to hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Now let's get into it. Section 1. The invasion unfolds. According to the AP, Thai troops have been advancing along 3 axes. First, you've got the 3rd Battalion Task Force, which is moving south from the Adar Mianchi province towards the old French colonial fort of An Long Vin. Second, you've got the 24th Battalion Task Force moving northeast from Sisophon. And third, you've got the 11th Battalion Task Force advancing north from. According to the Khmer Times, Cambodian soldiers have been ordered to repel the attack. Here's what we know so far, based on open-source reporting. Number 1. Thailand has deployed hundreds of Special Forces troops backed by heavy equipment. We're talking main battle tanks like the Korean K-2 Black Panther and the Italian M109L, self-propelled howitzers and lots of Humvees and other light vehicles. No. 2. According to satellite imagery, Thai forces have moved into a heavily forested area near the disputed border. They've set up multiple supply depots and forward operating bases. No. 3. There are reports of heavy fighting along the border with both sides claiming the upper hand. And no. 4. Thousands of Cambodian refugees have had to flee across the border into Thailand. And here's what we don't know, which is probably the most important part. What is the ultimate objective? What is Thailand trying to accomplish here? What is their end goal? Let's move on to Section 2. ASEAN's shock warning. Now ASEAN, which is the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, is made up of 10 countries in the region. They're often referred to as the original BRICS minus South Africa. But unlike the BRICS bloc, ASEAN isn't exactly known for being politically tight-knit. You've got a bunch of competing interests, a bunch of domestic politics, and a whole lot of corruption going on. But despite this, ASEAN has managed to become one of the most influential regional organizations in the world. And yesterday, they did something they rarely do, which is issue a joint statement that went straight to the point. Here's what they said. Thailand and Cambodia should immediately cease all hostilities and seek peaceful resolution of the border dispute in accordance with international law and the UN Charter. ASEAN calls on both countries to exercise restraint, calm down the situation, and immediately end all military activities and hostilities. ASEAN reiterates its call on all member states to refrain from any action that may further exacerbate the situation. I know that might seem pretty tame compared to what we're used to hearing in the mainstream media, but believe me when I say, this is huge. ASEAN doesn't intervene in the internal affairs of its member nations, so for them to step in like this is a sign that they're really worried about the situation. Now, Indonesia, Vietnam, and China have all called for emergency meetings to discuss the situation, and we'll get into that more in a minute. But first, let's go to Section 3, which is China. Now, many analysts are pointing to China as the driving force behind Thailand's military aggression. After all, the Chinese and Thai navies conducted joint drills just last month, and China has been investing billions of dollars into the Thai economy, including buying up huge stakes in local banks and purchasing Thai government bonds. Plus, China has been offering Thailand advanced military equipment, including the VT-4 main battle tank, which you've heard me talk about a lot before. In fact, just last year, Thailand, but here's where things get really crazy. Let's go to Section 4, the Israel-Iran connection. Now, if you've been following the channel for a while, you'll know that we've been sounding the alarm about Iran's nuclear program and their efforts to build their own intercontinental ballistic missile, which is exactly what the acronym ICBM stands for. Now, you've got two options. You can either click away and miss out on this critical information, or you can listen to what I'm about to tell you and protect yourself. Choose wisely. Now, some analysts are now saying that Iran could exploit any distraction caused by the Thai-Cambodian conflict to advance their nuclear agenda. Now, you may be thinking, okay, but Iran and Thailand are thousands of miles apart. How could a conflict in Southeast Asia possibly affect Iran? Well, here's the thing. Iran sees itself as the leader of the Islamic world, and they've been actively supporting groups in Southeast Asia for years. These groups have carried out attacks against U.S. troops in the Philippines and have threatened to expand their operations into Thailand and Cambodia. In fact, just last week, the U.S. military released footage of a drone attack in Afghanistan that took out 2 ICL members. And guess who was supposedly behind the attack? The Iranian regime. So what we're seeing here is a classic Iranian tactic. They're creating chaos and instability in a region where they have a strong presence, which allows them to operate with less scrutiny. Let's look at a real-world example. Remember the 2022 Russia-Ukraine conflict? Well, there were unconfirmed reports that Iran supplied Russia with hundreds of drones, which Russia then used to attack Ukrainian infrastructure and civilian targets. These drones were effective, causing widespread blackouts across Ukraine and leading to a sharp increase in civilian casualties. Now, Iran denied supplying these drones to Russia, but there is overwhelming evidence to suggest otherwise. For example, satellite imagery obtained by the New York Times showed that Iranian-made Shahed drones were indeed present at the Russian-occupied Crimean Peninsula. Additionally, intercepted communications between Russian and Iranian officials discussing the transfer of the drones were leaked by Ukraine's intelligence agency, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, an independent monitoring group based in London, reported that Iranian officials visited the crash site of one of the Shahed drones in Crimea to inspect the wreckage and repair techniques. Furthermore, U.S. and European officials claimed to have evidence that Iran had shipped hundreds of drones to Russia. Despite Iran's denials, the UK Ministry of Defense stated on December 1, 2022, it is now confirmed that at least some of these Iranian-supplied drones have been used to attack Ukrainian infrastructure, causing a large number of civilian casualties. The use of these drones by Russia highlights Iran's willingness to provide military support to authoritarian regimes aligned with their geopolitical interests. It also demonstrates the effectiveness and affordability of these drones as a tool of warfare. Now, you may be wondering why this is relevant to Thailand and Cambodia. Well, here's the thing. Iran's goal is to create a land bridge connecting them to the Mediterranean Sea. They've already established a strong presence in Yemen, Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon. But their efforts in Southeast Asia have been largely overlooked until now. What we're seeing in Thailand and Cambodia is a sign of Iran's growing influence in the region and their willingness to project power beyond their borders. So here's what you need to take away from all of this. Thailand's invasion of Cambodia has the potential to trigger a wider regional conflict. The involvement of Iran adds another layer of complexity and raises concerns about their nuclear ambitions. While the immediate focus is on the situation in Southeast Asia, it's crucial to monitor Iran's actions closely as they exploit any opportunity to advance their agenda. That's it for today's report. Thank you so much for watching, and before you go, I just want to remind you that you are amazing. Just check out this clip of Kim Kardashian interacting with some fans. Take care of yourself. Make sure you eat, drink, sleep, do all the things that keep you healthy. Don't worry too much. Go out and enjoy nature. Just remember, life is precious. Live every day to the fullest. It's a gift. I know I sound like a hippie sometimes, but trust me, you're gonna want to hear this when times are tough. And now I've got to run. I'm late to a meeting. Stay safe, everyone. See you in the next video.